Okay, YouTube, not the video that I planned on shooting us today. So at 5:30 this morning, there was a ruckus out here, and I was still half asleep about an hour before my alarm went off. And our dogs were going crazy, and I saw something run, but we've had dogs like enter our yard since we've been here, and they run off. Our dogs run them off. Well, I got on up, and because something didn't feel right. And so I came out to check on everything, and the fences are down, pushed in. And we don't have any goats. None of them. The boys are gone, and all the girls. But Dolly's here, and all the chickens are here. We have searched absolutely everywhere to try to find our goats. And here's the thing about goats. When they get out, look at everything they have to eat. They don't go nowhere. They don't venture. They don't run away like, say, a dog might run away. They stay. But ours are gone. Like gone. The girls' pen, these fences were pushed in, and they were gone. But Dolly's here. Dolly was out because she has burrs all over, but she went back in. And all of our chickens are here. There's not one dead. There's not one gone. They're all here. The pigs are here too. I don't know. I've searched in all the woods, been driving around. We called the cops. Nobody's reported 10 goats roaming around Barberville anywhere. It's starting to feel malicious. We have hay bales literally everywhere. There's grass literally everywhere. If these goats got out of these pens, they would be nearby. Or someone would have seen 10 goats walking down the frickin' road. They're gone, but nothing else is. There's a noise that our camera caught that is the sound of like a bobcat when it catches something, but there's no signs of struggle. There's no blood. There's nothing anywhere. The only thing that we have a sign of is right here in the driveway. There's some droppings, goat droppings that are big, which would make me think it might be Charlie's. So right here in our driveway, right in here, one of our goats at least was here. Dolly's been calling for him. Okay. This was an interesting day. So,
top 3 most interesting days of my life.
I'm going top 1.
I am going with top 3 worst days of my life.
Yeah. Weird. Okay. So, y'all saw the first clips. It was raw, it was fresh, it was new. We had no details. We just were going off what we knew at the time. Assumptions. So, where we left you, which I have to almost recap for myself, so bear with me. So, our goats were gone, like they never lived on this land ever.
All 10 of them.
Yeah, all 10 of them. Every chicken, every dog, every pig was here, but no goats. All of them gone.
Like they vanished into thin air.
Yeah, so very weird. The cops came out.
We called them.
We called them because y'all know Charlie. He's an aggressive buck. So we called him for 2 reasons. 1, has anybody reported goats like wandering around? 10 of them. And 2, it's an aggressive buck, and we do need to make people aware that if they are wondering, that stay away from Charlie.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, you don't want to go around him. So,
which is a bad mistake on our part to ever have a goat that was aggressive and the fear if they could get out.
Right. So, before we get going here, y'all have to understand that this is very personal, raw stuff.
Yes.
This is real life. This is not YouTube. YouTube is real life to us. We show you all our real lives, but it's virtual. When it comes to physical, face-to-face, human touch stuff, we're we're not very different, but we're also very private.
Yes.
You all know we like to be alone when it comes to that. We like
lived on top of a hill for 5 years. Yeah.
Right. We like sharing our lives, but we also like our privacy. And today like broke every barrier of that.
Broke it all. Somebody opened the gates.
Yeah, right. So, okay. When we left you all, the cops went to like go look and told me some other spots to go look that I wasn't aware of, which I found like the most beautiful spot ever in the world, right across.
Because if you're not aware, we're new here. We've only been in this town for a week, and we don't know anything or anyone except for the cops at this point.
Yes. And a few others that you're about to find out about. So, I'm trying to figure out where to even start.
So you went to look. You went across the road.
Yeah.
You drove your truck. You went to look. I'm here. I go upstairs because I have a better vantage point. I'm like, if I can see farther and wider, maybe I can see a tree rustle or some grass rustle. Maybe I can see a goat. You know, you never know.
Right.
Maybe I can see whatever I need to see. But I'm just looking. Like my head is on a swivel at this point.
Right.
I come back down. I go outside, look around, walk the property. You're gone. You come back. You say they're gone. They're gone. They're not here.
The only evidence we had was that the drop-ins in our driveway, right in front of.
Honestly, though, that could have been from Buster the day before.
It could have been.
We don't even know that was a fresh dropping. It could have been a deer. It could have been a rabbit. We have no idea.
Right, because he did get out on Sunday, but he stayed right here like our goats do if they ever do get out. They always stay. They never leave. Okay, so I'm trying to think of the next event that happened.
You went to the gas station.
Yes, I went to the gas station, which is like down the road, and like her immediate response was, "People thieve all the time around here sometimes."
They stole them.
Yeah, and she's like, "If I had to guess, they probably stole them." And when you first made the phone call to the cops, they said that it sounds like they were probably stolen.
Yeah.
And the cops that were here were like, the one guy said he had goats, and it's bizarre. He's never seen this happen with ghosts. They just go away. And we're like, we know they don't just go away. And so every sign was pointing to stolen.
Somebody took them.
But I was out here when the chaos happened, and there wasn't people, there wasn't things. So okay, all right.
Anything can happen. People
Anything can
come
happen.
on foot. They can come from behind. You just never know.
There's sneaky stuff they could
You
happen.
can't just count on the fact that we didn't see it, so it didn't happen.
Right. Okay. So we don't know still on what happened at 5:30 this morning. We have one camera right now, but we have a lot coming. Like if we're about to securify this place, so much is insane. So we get back to work. Like I've got to still work. I mean, I was off all last week. I worked yesterday, and then so I've got to like put effort in. You get a call from the police station, and they're like, "Your goats are on the road."
Okay, well, first I went to the extension office, which is right around the corner from our house. Agriculture extension office. I said, "Listen, I know this. I'm going to sound crazy. You don't know me. I've never seen you. I just moved here. We had 10 goats. They're gone. What? Have you ever heard of this? Like, has this ever happened in this area?" And the director told me it was uncommon, but he has heard of events where animals have been stolen and taken to the stockyard to be sold and make a quick buck.
And it's just conveniently that Tuesday is the day.
My heart sank because I would rather think of my goats being free in the woods, eating whatever they wanted, rather than being sold at a stockyard by some stranger.
So she tells me that, and I'm like, it's like everybody's saying they're stolen. Like, I mean, everybody. Yeah. But we're not seeing like hard fact signs here.
No tire tracks.
Yeah.
There's also no predator tracks. There's no anything. There's no sign of anything. And honestly, I started looking for crop circles.
Right.
Like, were they abducted? Like, what is going on?
Right.
Did we even have goats?
Yeah.
I'm starting to feel like I'm crazy.
We're like pinching each other. Like, what is, like, are we dreaming? What's happening? So she tells me that. We get back, and like, we're starting to like accept the fact that our goats are at an auction.
We're never going to see them.
She calls the place.
I did. I called the stockyard. I said, "I know this sounds weird, but have you had a shipment of 10 goats, 10 or so, a little bit less, maybe come in?" She said, "No, honey, I haven't. I have had one goat today and a lot of sheep," but she said, "Don't count it out because the auction's not for a couple of hours and they could come in late."
Right.
So I told him, I'm like, I'm going to the auction.
Right.
I'm packing up and I'm going. I don't know what I can do. Probably nothing, but I need an answer. Like, I need to feel a sense of relief. Like, I know what has happened or where they are, something.
Speaking of that, quick FYI for anyone that does livestock like we do, where it's not official.
Right.
You know, it's not any kind of market. You're not selling the meat and this and that. If you don't have them registered, papered with your name, their photo, and this and that, even if you know it's your goats and everyone knows it's your goats, you're not getting your goats.
Nope, nobody will believe you.
Because if you've had any kind of animal, there's a very high probability that our colored goat, exact form and fashion, is the same as another goat.
Yeah.
Even though it's 10 unique goats, we still wouldn't, even if they were there.
Yeah.
We couldn't be like, that's our goats.
No.
It wouldn't. It wouldn't matter. So I tell her no. You're not going to the auction because I know us and I know what she would do if she did see our goats. So
I would have gotten my babies back.
Right, and I didn't. It's just not safe for anyone. So we're sitting here, and it was from 5:30 to about 1:30ish.
Yeah.
She gets a call from the police station.
Yes.
Your goats are in the town. They're on the road.
Yep.
They're by a nursing home. From 5:30 to 1:30, 5:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Our goats were nowhere to be found. We were asking everyone that was outside, all around where they were.
I stopped on the side of the road everywhere I was and said, "Hey, have you seen some goats running around?" They all looked at me like I was crazy.
Right. Everywhere. All in our area. They were literally less than a minute away from our home.
Yeah.
When they popped up on a road. So maybe they were scared by a predator. Maybe they rested in the woods. And then maybe they went to search for home.
Maybe they were chased.
Bunch of freaking maybes.
Yeah.
So we get there. We do get them in the trailer. All of them, besides two, Rico and Callie.
Yeah.
Rico's always been one that we have such an issue to catch. He's very skittish. Yeah. He's not aggressive. He just
No.
He just doesn't want to be touched. But we do get Charlie in, which is like the biggest fear, because he is aggressive, and most all the girls, like I said, but one.
So where it gets weird.
Yeah, and I don't know how to exactly explain it because I
don't think that we will.
Right, we're not. There was people. Everybody knows us now, for the most part, because we were in the middle of town catching all of our goats. But there was specifically some that were helping, and there was stuff that
most were positive.
Yeah, there was stuff that kind of went down in that situation. There was a show up at our house from said situation.
There was blaming. There was false accusations, and just uncomfortableness.
Right.
Altogether. You know, when you have a hard situation and you get put in a tough situation, there's always going to be someone that tries to take advantage of that.
Right.
And try to kick you when you're down, basically.
Right.
That's the best way I can put it.
Yeah. So there was a show up at our place by same person that was at the event when we were catching, and cops got involved again.
Same cops.
They're really nice, by the way. Here in
They really are. They're all great. They're great.
And there was a lot of fear.
Yeah.
From
uncertainty, a lot of unsettlement.
From a young family with young kids in a brand new place by themselves.
Yeah.
That person left. The cops came after, and while cops were here, person came back. It feels like it was just a big misunderstanding.
I think it was. I'm going there. I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to say that it was a big misunderstanding. But I'm also not stupid.
Right.
So either way, it doesn't matter.
The connections with the whole day and this person's connection with this place was interesting, to say the least. I don't know. I'm not innocent to proven guilty, right? So, I mean, nothing's fine. They're at home. We're at home. We're all safe. The cops are at home. something was definitely off today.
Something was wrong, and I felt it in my gut from the moment I knew the goats were gone. I knew something was wrong. And it wasn't just a goat runaway. It wasn't an escape. Something was wrong. And
10 goats vanished for almost 9 hours.
Yeah.
And then popped up in town on a road.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I know it sounds weird to you, but if you were here, you would be able to
understand a little bit more.
Maybe wrap your head around it a little bit more, which we're still trying to do. But you just don't have that many coincidences in one day.
A lot of coincidences.
Yeah.
A lot of connections that you could make in an assumption. And we're trying not to do that because we are new here. But one thing that needs to be the most understood out of all of this is we're willing to move past things.
Mm-hmm.
However,
with a mutual agreement.
Yes. Our personal privacy when it comes to flesh is huge on us.
Huge.
Like she mentioned before, we stood up on a hill away from everyone because we wanted to be away from everyone.
Yeah.
We like sharing virtually. What you see is us, but we do not like invasion of our privacy.
And that we're not talking about the few of you that live here that have come.
Not at all.
We have absolutely loved to visit. You are welcome anytime. We're talking about strangers that we don't know that feel like they have a right to do whatever they want to do.
Pull on up to our house.
Yes.
It's an adjustment that we are getting used to. However, it's not an adjustment that we're going to allow.
No.
So we do, I'm stopping getting into some of the specifics because this was so real.
Yeah.
This was not a YouTube drama. This is not something that just happened with animals.
Terrifying.
This was a terrifying event that required me locking my family in a bathroom.
That's what I was about to say.
While I was outside, not knowing what the next moments were going to come.
Yep.
And that was a terrifying situation.
Most terrifying situation I've ever been in.
I was ready, but this is going to sound crazy, but there was a slight bit of me like, are you ready to die today?
Yeah.
And I know that sounds crazy, but Jen didn't want to leave me, and I
got so mad at him. So mad. He told me, because we couldn't get to the basement. The only thing we could get to was the bathroom because the kids were upstairs. So he put us in the bathroom. He said, shut the door and lock it. I looked at him and I said, I will not. I will not shut this door and lock it with you on the outside. It is not happening. And he looked at me and he gritted his teeth. He said, shut the door. And I looked at him one more time and I was so mad, but I loved him. And it was the hardest thing I've ever done was shut that door and lock it.
Right. And we have 2 kids. So I didn't do anything stupid. I was just prepared if there was stupid on the other end. I was not going to blatantly put myself into it, but I was ready if it happened from the other end. We may have blew all of this so far out of proportion. It's crazy.
But we're new here.
Yeah.
And we don't know anyone. We don't know, and we're not used to this. We are not used to people showing up. We're not used to the situations that we have encountered in town. And I'm not saying it's the town. The town is great. The people are great. But we're not used to it. So, I don't know. I guess what we're saying is just give us time to adjust.
Yeah.
Be patient with us. Let us figure this out. Don't get mad at us if things don't go perfectly and they don't end up, because it sucks for us too.
Yeah.
We're just completely new to the situation and it sucks all around. It just sucks.
Yeah. We're still in love with our place. We're still in love with our property. We're still in love with the town.
Mm-hmm. Just not the negative part.
Right. And that's anywhere though, right? It's in any town. It's not just ours.
Just be easy on us.
Be easy on us. We're adjusting, and today we were going to start routine again.
Yeah.
School was kicking back in. We had jujitsu, we had gymnastics, I had work, and all of that got thrown out the door because of a possible major misunderstanding that was handled incredibly wrong. not just by us.
Right.
I need to make that clear. Like we were just being cautious because we didn't know what was facing us.
Right.
So if anyone watching this was involved in that event today, because there was a lot of people. First off, thank you for the ones that helped.
So many of you were great. Thank you so much.
Thank you all for helping us. We're sorry if we acted any way inappropriately.
It was hard though.
It was hard. It was a hard day.
To fit in a tiny horse trailer.
It was a hard day.
It was hard.
The goats are safe.
They are.
They are in timeout, locked in pens.
Yes, they are.
We're safe. The kids are safe. They're not scared. So we're good anymore. So we're okay. But it was a terrifying day.
Mm-hmm.
It was also a funny day.
It was.
We did laugh today.
We did.
We laughed about the situation. But there is a little set of uneasiness, I guess is the right way to say it.
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable a little bit. You know, like we're looking at the road a lot.
Yeah.
We're looking at cars passing. And I don't like that feeling. I don't want that feeling because I've never had to deal with that before. It'll pass because I think the situation has passed and it's not going to come back again. But there's always that lingering, you're the husband and the dad.
Right.
You have to be ready in any time like we were today.
And we're good people.
We are good people.
I know today was crazy and we caused a lot of commotion in town, but we are good people.
And if you're a nurse...
Hard times happen for anyone who has livestock. It just happens.
It does.
But we are good people.
It does. And if you're a nurse or a patient at that nursing home, I hope you enjoyed the show because I literally had to linebacker tackle Rico in front of everybody. And that was fun. So
thank you to everyone who's blocked cars.
We had cars blockading. They're like, we know they're stubborn. We got you. And I was like, I appreciate it.
Like a community truly came together for two very new people who don't know anyone, anything. It's just, there's always a negative aspect. And
it was minor.
Unfortunately, we found that, but the 99% of it, y'all were awesome.
Yeah.
And I mean, it literally felt like we were like rodeoing goats at a stoplight in front of a nursing home.
It wasn't even a stop sign. It's a stop sign I can't even see.
Stop sign, I know. I say it every time, stoplight. This is a stop sign.
Okay. This video's long enough.
Yeah.
That's what happened today.
We're okay.
We're okay.
We're gonna be okay.
Tomorrow we're gonna start routine. We need to get out this full moon or whatever's going on.
Retrograde.
We got to get out of retrograde rut. It just needs to get cold, like super cold, and like let's move on because it's been rough. Anyways, that's it, y'all. I don't know what else to say. I don't even know if you want to subscribe to this or not, but
probably not.
There could be potential that there's more of this. So if this is your kind of cup of tea, join us, subscribe, continue on. I just wanted to garden.
Yeah, I'm there. No.
Yeah. Chickens are great.
Yeah, chickens are great. Dolly's great.
Pigs are great. Some of them are sold.
Goats, on the other hand, are all up for grabs.
Whew. Okay. We love y'all.
We love you.
Until the next one.
Bye.
Bye.